The Ask Gay Bros Over 30 subreddit recently sparked a lively discussion. What are some things you could get away with when you were younger, but can't now that you are older? This is so perfect for Dale, I can't even.
It's so shady.
The conversation began with one user lamenting that sass now just makes him seem like a bitchy old queen. Many chimed in, agreeing that older gay men often act like high school mean girls. Another hot topic was hangovers, with one user in his late 40s saying, quote, "Hangovers hit differently than they did in my 20s, end quote. Hugging was pointed out too, with touchy interactions now being seen as inappropriate. Men, tell us what they used to get away with. What are we all talking about?
Well,
Unpack that, Dale Stein.
well, when I saw this story was on today, I was like, this is really shady.
That's what you got.
Because we were talking about this last week in some other environment. I can't remember what it was, about being older and, you know, because I've been out of the closet a lot of decades.
Yes.
So, and it's kind of a perfect story for me because I remember when I was younger thinking very often, I don't want to be that older guy doing that. I would see somebody and I would think, I don't want to be that older guy doing that. Like, take your shirt off here, do this thing. And the hugging thing is a very good comment because it just looks creepy, you know, and it's just crossing a line. But the other thing you can't do is, and I don't really drink that much, so a hangover thing is not really something to me.
Yeah.
But it's really just like going out, being part of the scene because it just looks creepy and it's gross. But what else can I not do?
Explain the hugging thing. What do you mean about it being creepy? Like,
Well,
I mean, because like we're in South Florida where the Latino culture has really taken over. So everybody kisses each other and hugs.
So I think it would be like how the hug is done.
Okay.
Maybe if it lingers inappropriately.
Okay, so
Maybe
from the back, wrap around, grabbing the nuts is not
Or,
okay.
I mean, I've seen older men my age and older, and some younger, but still older, like touch inappropriate places.
Got it.
Like the hand goes down to the back toward the butt. Like that's just wrong. You know, when in photography, I've had so many older men say to me, "Oh, how do you do those photo shoots with those hot guys? Isn't it impossible? Do you have sex with them?" I'm like, what are you talking about? That's completely inappropriate.
Yeah.
I'm a professional.
And that's your job. And mind you, most of the covers on Hotspots are from Dale when they're all those hot guys.
That's how some older men think. Like, oh, this is an opportunity to have sex, get a feel, cop a feel, do a thing. I am so mindful. When I'm with a model, a younger model, before I even touch them to move a garment or anything, I say, may I?
Consent.
Because I remember when I was younger and hot and gorgeous, not the same hot and gorgeous I am now.
A goddess, my lord.
I remember some situations where lines were crossed very inappropriately.
Yeah.
And I was very mindful. When I get older, I'm not going to be this person.
Yes.
I'm going to really honor and respect boundaries, and I'm not going to be that gross person.
Yeah. No, so, and that makes sense. And that's different. You know, I think that older people sometimes, not all of them, of course, right? You know, get to a point where they don't give a fuck anymore. Right. And you should give a shit. Right. OK, for always, you know, and understand that, you know, that touching and all that kind of stuff, that inappropriate stuff doesn't only happen to boys. Like older men grab me, gay older men grab me and slap my butt and everything because they feel that it's OK because they're older and it's playing. You know what I mean?
And you're a woman and you're a lesbian.
And I'm a lesbian and they don't want to F me and I get that, blah, blah, blah. It's still inappropriate.
No, it's still appropriate.
You know,
it's also just a matter of knowing what is acceptable and what's, you know, you don't know somebody else's boundaries. So why are you going to like cross that line, you know?
Yeah.
So we're talking about this in kind of a heavy way, but there is a lighter point to like people talking about hangovers and stuff like that. Like, I mean,
it's true. No, but I mean,
you can't lift as much weight as you
Pride
used
weekend,
to.
right? Pride weekend. It takes us 3 days to get over Pride weekend because we're before in our 20s. It'd be Monday morning. Woohoo, we're back. Let's talk about it. You know?
I mean, but if you're of a certain age and you're still drinking that much to get hungover, I think you have a deeper issue to look at.
Yeah. If you want to send me a message, we'll go to AA together.
You might need to go to a program.
I'm just saying. Right. But old people do get away with some shit. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay.